Hello. Good morning. Welcome. It's Monday. It is. It's Monday. Really, it is Monday. So for some of you, that's like, oh, it's Monday. For others, it's like, it's Monday. Oh, okay. It's what else is new, right? It's like, oh, okay. We'll just go with the flow because it's Monday. So, but it is. It's Monday. It's a brand new day. I know for many of you, it's still days are leaking into other days. Some of you have been working through this whole thing. Others have not. Some of you are just like, it's like this. It's another day. Oh, hang on. I was going to light a candle, but it's that lighter. I don't like it. Anyways, it's been a serious Monday for Jared. He's not having a good start. Oh, Jared. We're sending you lots of love and light, baby. Well, energies today. First of all, I'm sending you all love and light today. It's kind of a wild one. We got a little bit of wild energy. We got the moon in Capricorn. And it's coming up, and Mars and Neptune almost coming together. Teach him for playing God with the guest. And squaring off the sun in Gemini. So, and Mercury or her, right now where things are happening, because Neptune, he controls hurricanes and the oceans and the deep wild storms. So there it is. There's Mercury. He's controlling things. He's doing things. He's that in between that Saturn and between Uranus, right? So he's controlling all of this craziness that's happening. And in there, with that sun in Gemini and the moon in Capricorn today, what? There's a lot of pressure. Pressure. Need lots of help. Sending you lots of help, Cindy. Sending you lots of positive vibes out there, girl. So send Cindy some positive vibes. And then we have that Mars moving towards. I feel like I'm one of the hurricane girls. Just like, oh, look at my hair. Mars moving towards Neptune. I mean, that's going to be a huge conjunction, right? That's going to be a huge conjunction. And when they meet up together, here we come, the god of war against Neptune. He is the ruler of the underworld of the sea, and bringing in that transformation, wanting to bring in that change, coming down into our emotions. Do you want to go into your emotions? Do you want to come down to the underwater? It's not the Little Mermaid. It's not the Little Mermaid that's calling us, that's for sure. So we got to sort out. There's some sorting out. There's some, we could get lost in imagination. So we got to let go to the truth and to our path. And I just feel like it's almost where we got to allow for things to unfold for us. And what's not, the same thing. It's like, if it's not working, this is coming in where we got to put on our big girl and big boy underwear and say, this is what we got to start doing with our day. Look at how I spelled Monday. I'm going to just correct that now. I'm going to hide that. I'm going to edit that. I put too many. I went moon day. Oh, that's kind of funny too. Moon day. But it's coming into this energy for us. It's coming into this where we have that Jupiter or that moon with the Jupiter and Pluto in Capricorn. So it's all about our expansiveness. Where do you want to expand? But these guys are kind of going retrograde, and Mercury, or the sun moves. Mercury's in Cancer. So there is so much craziness being bombarded out there, craziness that's going out there. And I think people have to come down into the local level, into where you're living. How many of you bought a newspaper lately? or even looked at, sometimes there's a local paper that comes around, or you have a local little pamphlet that comes in your mail that tells you about what's going on, or an organization, what's going on in your neighborhood. I think this is where we got to start looking into where we're living, looking into our lives. What's going on in and around me? We can get lost in the vastness of the ocean. We can get lost in all of that, of what's out there. But what's going on in and around your local area? What's going on in your local, I got like, they said your local diner, what's going on? Sometimes that's where people got the news, right? So to get the news for your, was usually where you would go to a local diner and you would sit down and you would have a cup of coffee with all the locals, and they'd tell you what the 411 is. A lot of it would be gossip, but they would tell you, this is the weather that's going on. This is, especially in the, smaller communities, farming communities. Sometimes when the farmers are getting together, they're going to be talking about different things. And of course, yeah, there's always gossip, but telling you what's going on. Is this going to be a good crop season? What kind of seeds are you buying? What are you sewing up, or, things like that. And I feel that's where we have to get together, right? So have with the old farmers. Yeah. And you can gather so much beautiful energy, right? And insight. Yes, they're going to have an opinion on the world affair, and they're going to have an opinion on what's going on. But I think it's time for us to sort of, if we want the real facts of things, where it's not going to get tainted, I think we've got to go back to our newspaper. You can get tainted by all of the, right now, all of the news, all it is a bunch of gossip and bullshit. And I mean, listening to, I don't hear from the Prime Minister of Britain very much, but even, our Prime Minister comes out and he does his talk and whatever, but it's where it's this feeling that he's a toad. It's a feeling of, why is he a toad? It's a feeling of where we have to start sort of coming back to our local level, coming back. What's happening in and around your community? What's going on in and around your community? What's going on in your life, in your neighborhood? Have you talked to your neighbor? Have you reached out? And I think that's where a lot of this deepness is coming in, is this connection, where we have, Boris should stay home and work out what's happening with it to his hair. Yeah, well, so should Trump. Both of them need new, what do you call them? The people who make sure that you look good before you go on camera. And there's a lot of weird angles out there in the astrology. So there's a lot of weird angles, and we need to look at what we need to switch up in our own life. We need to look out, and communications from our feelings, our communications from our feelings, our communications on how we're feeling, what's going on in our lives. And, that I think is important. That I think is, having that connection. Somebody asked me, where can I get reliable news? And I put Periscope. But then I was thinking, your local newspaper. Have you bought a local newspaper lately? Have you got, sometimes when you go in certain restaurants, I know here that they have sort of this little newspaper that you can just sort of sit and read. Finding that, because it's going to tell you what the local what shops are open, where can you go and buy certain things, and what's happening with with your locality, and connecting with your locality. And I think that's where it has to start, and that's where we have to get. The craziness is just it's going to just get crazier. It really is. So this is where we have to come back in, and we have to really look at what's happening around us. Where is it, talking to your local grocer, how you doing, and hoping you have a good day. Be safe. Everybody's telling everybody to be safe, be kind. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful. We should be safe and be kind. So on that note, I ordered, just hang on, let me see if I can pull it up here. What did I order? Because I haven't bought myself, I asked a while ago about a deck of cards. I don't know why that's not coming up. Anyways, a deck of cards and wanting to look at a deck of cards. And where are you? I bought, I'm going to open it up here and show you. They're called the Black Moon Astrology cards. I don't know if you can see that. So I got this deck, and they're supposed to be in today. So guess what I'm going to be using them with? Those are good. That's going to be one of the new decks I'm using tomorrow for our astrology, for the astrology readings. They are just so cool. And I also got, what else did I get? What else did I get? Hang on, you guys just have to bear with me. I got the Black Moon Astrology, but I also got this deck. The Queen of the Moon Oracle cards. And so I got that deck also. And that's not going to come until Tuesday. But aren't they beautiful? That's discernment. Assessing the path. Look at that. Isn't that so cool? It won't pull up. But very, very cool cards. So, and I couldn't, I didn't see anybody with these cards. So I ordered them on Amazon. And they just sort of spoke to me because I was looking for some new cards, some new astrology cards. And yeah, so I ordered some new cards. So I have them coming in, which are going to be to guide me, but also for doing the readings on Tuesdays. So I want to add in some more cards in that. So I have my astrology cards coming in and bringing in some really cool cards for readings. So other things that are changing up for me, because since it's been day 8, I've been 8 days of the cacao. Yes, for all of you that are concerned, I am doing fine without coffee, believe it or not. And I do feel, this morning I kind of woke up kind of feeling And after I did my cacao ceremony, I did my Kundalini yoga this morning and did my journaling and gratitudes and stuff. I was feeling, okay, I feel a lot better. I did some releasing, and there's a lot of releasing that I've been doing over the weekend. And this is where I just, embracing the road of transformation. The other thing that I've been on, with cacao, you're not supposed to drink caffeine because you don't need it. You don't need it at all. So using the cacao and drinking cacao every morning, I don't feel it. And if I want to drink cacao in the afternoon, you can, but haven't felt the need for it. And it's been such a beautiful transition and coming into that ceremony. It's been beautiful. It's been absolutely wonderful. And I'm going to be ordering more cacao. I haven't gotten my big block yet, but I'm going to be ordering some more cacao and bringing that in. And I just love having that a part of my routine right now. And this is, name it, Cacao Corner, bringing that energy in of of the feminine, of that energy, because it's a big plant, right? It's a big seed. It's not cocoa. Cocoa is when they take a part of it and process it and everything else. This is the actual, bringing in the whole essence of this plant, and using that energy. Plus, with my the program that I'm on with Zingler, I've found, this has been absolutely great for me. This has been really helping me, and I think this is all bringing in a lot of change. It's bringing in for me to there's a lot of other things that are going to be coming in. I'm a distributor. I'm a distributor of it. So I distribute it so people can find out about it. I'm not going to carry supplies at all like that. I'm not going to do that. So people can just order it sort of off my website. The cacao, never thought about it. Because right now I'm just doing it for myself. And so I'm just, they do have wholesaling, but it's not, it's just like, it's a product that I think if people are wanting, I'll send them to the website and they can do all the ordering and everything else and stuff like that. I don't want to carry products and stuff, because that's a lot of overhead and excess money. So I'd rather just do things, do what I'm doing right now. That's what I want to start doing. I just want to do it. If we do decide to do a cacao ceremony, then I will talk to Jenna and I will talk to Andrea and see if we can do a cacao ceremony, possibly. But that wouldn't be for a little while. I think we can, give us a couple months, or give them a couple months to get them more organized. And I mean, they're pretty organized, but I mean, just in doing that and then doing a cacao ceremony would be very cool. And bringing that energy in for doing a cacao ceremony. And I feel like it's just like, there's just so much in my own life. There's a lot of shifting and changing that's coming in, and wanting to get a lot more clarity on my path, getting clarity on where I'm going. This is where I feel with the energies are coming in, and that's why they're saying, look local. What's going on in your backyard? What's going on in your local community? How can you get more involved, or just, you don't even have to if you don't want to get involved, but just to be aware of what's happening and what's going on. And having that connection, I think that's important right now, and looking at that connection for everyone. I'm excited. I'm sending the world out a lot of positive vibrations, and I'm sending a lot of positive vibrations out there to many people who are feeling lost and feeling overwhelmed with a lot of this energies, feeling lost for other things that are going on in their life. Because, I mean, with Neptune and coming in with Mars can also cause a lot of mental problems. And if you are feeling anxious or stressed or overwhelmed, or you're unable to deal with it, honestly, contact a local doctor, contact mental health. A lot of people, this is the thing, is that a lot of, there's, these spiritualists that just like, don't go see a psychiatrist or a psychologist. They just want to give you drugs. Not all the time, but there are medications out there that can actually help people. I have clients who are on bipolar medication, and it's, with the mood stabilizer, and they are able to function beautifully in their lives and have the energy to create, to be a part of their families, and to feel not lost. And many of them that I know are also taking good vitamins and minerals. They've changed their diet. They've been able to do it, but they know that their medication is something that really helps them. having that, and it's important, right? People need to step out of going too deep searching, and yeah, I know. It's just they get. I think for me, the spiritual realm, or the holistic realm and the Western, can really work very nicely together. And they need to bring that into a harmonious level, and bring that into a harmony where you can have clarity. Like, I think a meditation practice is fabulous. I think something to do with getting you into the breathing and getting you in touch with your body, getting in touch with your own inner self is a part of our journey, is a part of what we need to come together with. And allowing ourselves to walk into a place where we can get the guidance, get the help that we need, right? Right? No, it's not meant to get you depressed. It isn't meant to get you depressed, but it can open you up. I know it can open a lot of people up. And when it opens people up, it's now they have to face, a lot of people go into spirituality or go into witchcraft or Kabbalah. They're wanting a quick fix. They're wanting to go in this and find the spell or find the magic wand to find whatever it is in order for your life to be fixed, to be whatever that fixed is. Spirituality, like anything else, is about us stepping into ourselves and aiding ourselves upon our journey in order to create more harmony within our life. It is, Tess, it's a journey. And if there's something there that interests you, you take it. And how does that enhance you? Not everybody who steps in and picks up a deck of tarot cards is going to be a tarot reader, right? Not everybody who takes Reiki is going to be a Reiki practitioner, right? This is a journey of discovery. This is a journey of us diving into, our own depths and our connections and creating. And many times for people, in your life, not everybody wants to run a Fortune 500 business. Not everybody wants to have a multi-billion-dollar business or industry, because that one, it takes time, it takes a lot of effort. Elon Musk, there's he was getting a lot of flack for selling off a lot of his properties and everything, but reprioritizing what's important in your life, and where is it that you want to bring in and streamline. So that's where, for me, that's what I'm finding. So, for just an FYI, so if people want to book in, June is basically booked up. I have like a few spots left for people to book in. And where I'm next week, it's done. So I got to actually put up there so people don't take it. But next week is done. And then there's some little ones at the following week. But this is about looking at where you find your ebb and your flow, and how that ebb and the flow is. And when you find that, this is you creating the life you want. And that, because people get so hung up on, and I found that and it sort of bothered me when I started following Louise Hayes. And as I was following her, she was mentioning, I have to have this house. This, because I make all this money. I want people to know that you can be spiritual and abundant and have this beautiful house, which is fine. I guess you can have that beautiful house if that's what you want. But if that's not in your alignment, but then that gets people all fucked up because, oh my God, if I become spiritual, I'm going to have that house. I'm going to have that $1 million or whatever it is. I'm going to have that. But that's not a part of it. The spiritual journey is yours, and it's personal, and sometimes it's mucky and gooey and ooey, and sometimes it's, something else. And just being, as Cindy's saying here, she's still trying to find her life purpose, or find my purpose. And your purpose, the thing is that people are wanting, sometimes they want their purpose to be this dramatic entrance, or something dramatic, something that is like life altering or life changing. But the purpose could be you being kind to your neighbor. You're the one who gives a smile to somebody. You're the one who goes into the grocery store and is kind. That's what it could be. It could be the simplicity in your life. It could be where you're there to help somebody who just happens to need your help at that time. And that's what we got to honor. We got to honor that. And that's where I think a lot of us, we forget to honor those parts of ourselves. Like this weekend, what was I started painting yesterday morning. I'm not done it yet, but I started doing it. So I started doing, this is my heart chakra, and then writing all around little positive affirmations and things. So doing that painting, I did 2 other ones, a smaller one because it's going into a special frame, right? And it's, I'm just like looking, it's like, well, they're not perfect. And I have a next sized one on watercolor paper, but that's just allowing. And not being afraid to let go. Not being afraid to let go. Sometimes we're hanging on to things that we don't need to hang on to anymore. I learned that the hard way. Some things are more precious to hang on to than others, than other things and other people. So hanging on to things that are done, and maybe it's creating that simplicity, creating that place that brings you to your humbleness. And that's what you got to look at. What are you hanging on to that you need to let go of? It's done. I was talking, I was reading about, she was an Olympic star, and she's won medals and stuff, but she had a swimmer, and she had to let go of that because she got into an accident. She could no longer swim. And letting go of that, because that was her whole life since she was a kid. Going to the pool every day, swimming, doing that, going into meets, everything else, going into the Olympics, that was her whole thing. And when this happened and she had to let go of it, a whole new world opened up for her. A whole world that she was not expecting, that she could not see until she let it go. Like, you don't know that other world. You don't know, when you get the card that the angels say, well, we're working on it. It's on the other side. It's just not here yet. That's because you got to let go of what's hanging on to you here, and letting it go, and letting it go. And that's, it is a difficult one. It is a difficult one. And as you say, life is hard without your son. Yeah, it is hard, but it's finding yours. And that's where the light comes in. So many, when somebody says to me, well, my light is my family. Wonderful. But what are you going to do when your family's not there? What are you going to do when the kids are gone? This is finding your light. Finding your light. Maybe you're fabulous at organizing. Maybe you're fabulous at helping other people in different ways. But it's finding your light on what you do. if you're relying on someone else or relying on this other thing, and that's what you're leaning on, that's not your light. It's wonderful and beautiful, but it's finding that's within you. That what makes you spark. It could be writing or journaling, or it could be painting. It's finding that is yours. And that's part of the journey. Finding what is yours. Because if you don't find out what's yours, when other things go and that you feel like you're just left without. And that's part of our journey, is that discovery. It's finding that blue flame within us and loving ourselves for who we are, loving ourselves and embracing ourselves with who we are and creating that around us. And this is where, this is where we have to look at. And I know sometimes it's not easy. I mean, especially when we have a loved one that is gone. Yet, where spirit shows me is that when others go on and transition to the other side, they're still alive. They're still there. They're just not here in physical form. And I know for many that's a hard one because they want them here in physical form. They want them to be here. They want to have them. But many times it's a part where that's where we have to discover ours. And what ours is, what our flame is, what is that we need. And you see that so many times with people that, and I feel like even though, I've seen where husbands die and then the wife dies a few months after, or, the wife dies but if there isn't that of their own identity and they've lost it in some way of their own identity, that's where you got to come back in a different way, and you're going to have to relive some of those things again in order to discover it, because it is in discovering your own identity, discovering your own light, is then sparking others to do the same. So there you go. We're 10 months to the date. Yeah. My dad lasted 10 years after my mother died. Was it 10 years? Yeah, 10 years. 10 years, which was wonderful because he knew he still had things to do. He knew that was mom's time to go. But I think I was raised with the idea of death being so differently. That death was not death. Death was a part of life. Death was a part where when your time is done, your time is done. And it's a time to go forth and create, but many can't, which is part of the life lesson and part of that what we have to learn to let go of. And for some, that's a difficult one. That's a difficult one because it is losing that, and that's what's happening right now as a society. The society is dying. The society, or the life, the way that we had it, is dying. And many are unable to accept it, to accept the transition and changes that are happening in the world and happening in around you. And in accepting that means that we have to learn how to create our joy, learn how to create what is our substance within our own selves, within amongst all of this, and learning how to adapt. And that is something for all of us that we are all facing. We're all facing this. And it is creating something that I know that will be beautiful, but through it, of course, it's not, there's mourning, there's loss, there's, all of that as a society we have to look at, we have to muddle through, and we have to figure out what's our truth through all of this. And what, no longer is alignment for all of us. And that's the big part. So on this note, I want you to find that spark. I want you to go out and discover. Look into your local area. What's happening? What can you be inspired about? What does inspire you? What have you put aside that you thought, oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. And what have you been hanging on to that needs to be let go of? Because with this transition, because there's a reason why we're all still here. There's a reason why we are still waking up every single morning on our earth walk. And it is a part of us to start to create. It's part of it. And step forward in it. And it can be exciting and beautiful. So it's, from that moon on Friday, and as we're going through this Capricorn wants answers. What did I write today? Can I handle it? 2 parts. What the heck? What did I say? What the heck? Same approach, same pattern. Yeah, same approach, same pattern. And Capricorn is going. And Capricorn, it's like, are you feeling restricted? You got to let go. It's intense. It might be a little difficult. But this is where the road of I'm in, what I am. And looking at that road. Because Capricorn wants answers. And as it goes into Aquarius tonight, it's going to get, he's meeting up with Saturn. It's going to be a little bit muddled as we go into tonight and into tomorrow. Right? And that's all part of the journey. If you're feeling restricted, you got to let go. You got to find out, why are you angry? And sit there and honestly be honest with it. Why are you angry? Because you're never angry for the reasons you think you're angry. So that's the thing. You got to sit in it and realize, why am I so pissed off? And be truthful with yourself. So I'm leaving you all with love and light, and sending you all off with love and light. And may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless you in all that you say and all that you do and all that you be. Thank you for joining me. Tomorrow morning in around 8:15, we will be having our the Intuitive Tuesday astrology reading, and we'll see who goes first. It might be Gemini. Maybe Gemini will go first this time. Have my new cards, hopefully. And if I have my new cards, I'll be using them and bringing them into the reading. So it's going to be awesome tomorrow. The sun is up. The sun is bright. Embrace the day. Be thankful for who you are and for what you have to bring to the world, because you never know what that is sometimes. Love you all. May the Lord and Lady watch over and bless you in all that you say and all that you be. Sorry yesterday. Things just afterwards, after doing 4 hours of readings yesterday in a group reading, I kind of was bagged out last night and I didn't get to the novena. I'm so sorry, but we will be doing the novena today. So I'll keep you posted. Blessings, everybody.